Viewmasters, it's the podcast that we do. Viewmasters, talk about movies that we view. Viewmasters, my friend Eric and me, Joe. Viewmasters, hey, let's start the show.
Hey, welcome to the Viewmasters, episode 379, Loving Vincent. My name is Eric.
My name is Joe.
Hello, Joe.
Hello, Eric.
How's it going?
Not too bad. How are you?
I'm doing okay.
Excellent. I mean, okay.
Oh, all right. It can be excellent that I'm doing okay.
It is excellent that you're doing okay. You're right. I'm glad to hear it.
I mean, I could say for both of us, we both could be doing much worse.
Very much so. Yeah.
So, being okay is excellent.
Yeah, C+. Loving Vincent.
Oh, yes. A movie we had a little trouble tracking down.
A little bit, yeah. I swear it was on Prime when I picked it. No longer was when we sat down to watch it, but luckily...
Not streaming for free.
Not
anyway.
for free, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Luckily it was on, it's on Hoopla and Canopy.
Yes. Support your local libraries.
That's
people.
right. Definitely.
Or just all libraries in general.
I mean, yeah. Well, hashtag not all libraries.
Oh?
No,
Okay.
I'm just kidding. I don't know.
Is there a Nazi library somewhere?
Probably. Fucking... There probably fucking is. Anyway.
I'll have to ask my friend Emily if she knows of any Nazi libraries.
Okay,
She's a librarian.
Okay, gotcha. I was concerned about what she was.
And a Nazi,
and
but
what
whatever.
you're friends with her.
She's real nice.
Oh, okay, sure.
Buys me lunch occasionally.
Okay.
You only have to listen to
Nope.
a little bit of white supremacy.
Oh, it's, you know what? It's a trade-off. All relationships are come with their positives and negatives.
Sure. Look at us.
Yeah. Oh shit.
Excuse me.
Certainly.
I am recovering from a bad cough that I'll probably never get rid of.
That seems to be how coughs work now.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Loving Vincent.
Loving Vincent.
I did not expect this movie to be a murder mystery.
I did not either. I'm honestly not sure what I expected it to be, other than about Vincent van Gogh, however you want to pronounce it. Yeah, murder mystery was not the angle I expected, but I'm into it.
I figured you would be. It's very procedural. Like.
Yeah, it really much is. Really is. I'm fine.
We're all okay.
I'm gonna have a drink of water.
Okay, then. I should have made some tea.
Yeah, there is a very procedural feel about it. It's funny because you mentioned before we started that you had recently purchased Zodiac.
Yes.
Which is, longtime listeners of the show know that it's one of my favorite, if not my favorite movies.
Right.
And I was almost like, you want to just watch Zodiac instead? To scratch the Zodiac itch.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
I mean, it still just had kind of an ambiguous ending, so...
It's true. Yeah. Yeah. This movie, did you ever see the movie Hollywoodland?
No, I did not.
Okay.
I think I tried watching it once, but I probably fell asleep.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
It's kind of boring.
Okay.
But yeah, two-time Oscar winner Adrian Brody.
Sure.
multiple Oscar winner Ben Affleck. I don't know why I'm mentioning Oscar winners other than the Oscars were a couple days ago. But yeah, Ben Affleck plays George Reeves, and it's sort of a biopic / murder mystery investigation into his death,
Right.
Which was ruled a suicide.
Yeah.
I got a very Hollywoodland vibe from this movie.
All right.
Because it's, it's an investigation into what really happened to someone who killed themselves. At least what history has accepted that they killed themselves.
Right.
But at the end of the day, we'll never know.
Right.
So, I don't know.
I mean, I do have to wonder about this, at least this movie anyway, how much, is factual and how much is artistic license.
Yeah.
I, can only assume that it's based in some amount of fact.
Yeah.
But it seems pretty suspicious to me.
It's pretty sus. The vibes are off, if you will.
But then on the other hand, Van Gogh was also notoriously depressed and not mentally well.
Yeah.
So it could go either way.
Yeah. Yeah, it really could.
Oh boy, there was a couple times where I felt real seen by this movie at times.
Yeah, the handling of his mental illness was interesting.
Yeah.
Just like the insistence that, well, he was fine.
Yeah.
How could he just not be fine anymore? And,
well, he got cured.
Yeah. That everybody knows that takes, and,
right?
And he was on antidepressants, so I mean,
it's kind of funny, sad.
Yeah. You find it kind of funny. You find it kind of sad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That the world's view of mental illness has not changed much in a couple hundred years.
Not a ton. Yeah, maybe a little bit.
Maybe a little.
But I mean, there are definitely swaths of the population who just don't get it.
Yep. I'd like to think that's changing a little bit, but, I mean, I've had my own personal conversations of, why don't you just feel better?
Right. Yeah.
Gee.
Helpful.
Yeah. Why don't I?
Let's interrogate that question, shall we? Oh man. So yeah, this movie is animated.
Yes.
In oil painting.
Yes, it is.
I thought it was fucking amazing.
It is stunning.
Yeah.
Whatever opinion that I think I would have on the story or the acting or whatever else, it all takes a backseat to just the technique of this movie.
Absolutely.
It is breathtaking.
Yeah.
A little distracting at times. Because I was just marveling at scenes. And the way they looked and the way everything moves. But also I kept wondering, how long did this take? So when the movie was over, I mean, that is the first thing I did was jump to Wikipedia to find out how long did this thing take.
How long did it take?
6 years.
Wow. That's amazing.
The filmmakers said they invented the world's slowest form of filmmaking. But then Boyhood came along.
Right. I read that vowing never to make a movie that took this long again. They're just going to use AI to animate everything going forwards.
Yeah. I I had to look up also to see when this movie was made.
Yeah.
To make sure that it was kind of pre-AI. Because there aren't any telltale signs of it, but the worry was there that it's like, oh God,
Yeah. I mean, there was definitely some computer, like, it looked like there was some smoothing and some enhancement, yeah. But it doesn't, at least based on the credits and yeah, just the time frame in which it was made, the technology, I'm not sure it was there.
Right.
For AI to play a significant role.
And the fact that there is an entire documentary.
Yeah.
Which is available on Amazon.
Yes. Helpful. It's a teaser for the thing you have to pay for to watch.
Sure, yeah. I would assume that if there were a lot of AI and computer generative assistance to this movie, that probably wouldn't be a documentary about it.
I mean, it might be about the technology.
Like,
interviews with the AI, But yeah, no, the primary reason that I picked this was just because I knew it was, every frame was an oil painting.
Right.
And I thought, or a watercolor painting rather.
I think it's oil.
Is it oil? Okay.
Yeah, I believe so.
Okay. Yeah, you're right, it is oil, duh. But just, I wanted to see what it looked like.
Sure.
I was worried that it was gonna, like, be off-putting or somehow just, like, make me feel ill. Like I didn't know what to expect. So the fact that it wasn't was a welcome delight, but also it's just so beautiful.
It is absolutely beautiful.
It looks incredible.
I will say that as someone who has dabbled in oil painting, just oil painting in general will make me feel ill. Because it's real fucking hard.
Yeah.
It's real goddamn messy. And I'm not instantly good at it, so it just makes me mad.
That's frustrating.
It's real frustrating. And also, if you do it in an enclosed space, you'll probably die.
Yeah. Good to know.
Fumes and whatever. It's oil.
Oil, yeah.
You use paint thinner to do undercoatings. It's a real pain in the ass.
Yikes.
Not for novices. Which I am.
But how do you become an expert if you don't start off as a novice?
I guess that's right.
I mean, look at Vincent. It only took him 8 years.
If only I could get away with not having a steady job for 8 years just to learn how to do oil painting.
Can't one of your brothers just finance you?
One of them probably could.
Okay. You need a benefactor, a patron, if you will.
Would he, though? Most likely not.
Okay.
Not that close to my brothers.
Thanks for nothing, Theo Schonborn.
Probably wouldn't kill himself after I died anyway.
Probably he died of syphilis. At least I feel like that's the implication.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, that doesn't bode well for his lifestyle, then.
It does not. It does not.
His poor widow.
Yeah.
And their baby.
That's right, she's going to make money off of her brother-in-law's letters.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah. They'll be fine.
Publishing deal.
A lot of paintings to sell.
It's true.
Yeah. I would be interested to know how that worked out for her after he died.
Right.
What did you know about Van Gogh before this?
I knew that he suffered from mental illness.
Mm-hmm.
I knew that he was Dutch.
Yeah.
I knew knew that I was a big fan of his painting,
Yeah, okay.
and that he had cut off his ear to give to a woman,
Right.
most likely due to the aforementioned mental illness.
No, not being Dutch, okay.
Or being Dutch.
I don't know. I don't know what they do there.
Exactly.
In Dutch
Yeah.
lands?
The only thing I know about the Dutch is ovens.
I know. Gross. Wooden shoes. I think that's what I know.
Windmills?
Windmills, sure. Yeah.
Tulips?
Maybe tulips.
Yeah?
Yeah. Did you ever? You've watched Doctor Who, yeah? So
Yes,
you've seen the Vincent and the Doctor episode of Doctor Who.
I have indeed.
Is that why you were worried that this movie might make you cry? Because that's
Yep.
why I was worried that this movie might make me cry.
100%. Yep. And guess what? This movie made me cry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it didn't make me cry.
Well, that's because you're a soulless, heartless being.
That's true.
Nah, I mean, I was fine through the most of the movie up until the very, very end.
Yeah.
Mostly just sort of the Animal House style recaps of everybody's life.
Right. I did not expect John Belushi to be in this. Jim would have made more sense to me.
Well,
but I guess if you can paint anybody into it, why would you go with Jim Belushi when John Belushi's right there?
Exactly.
That's the beauty of animation.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, if you're going to spend 6 years painting one person.
That's true. And if you have to pick a Belushi,
Exactly.
who are you going to pick?
Clearly John.
Yeah.
Although having recently rewatched Twin Peaks: The Return, I gotta give Jim some flowers here.
I forgot he was in that.
Yeah, he does all right in that.
All right.
But then I've also seen regular episodes of According to Jim on regular TV and want to kill myself and the TV.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. So this movie is the animation is rotoscoped.
Yes, pretty much.
Which for the listener who doesn't know means that they filmed the movie.
Yeah.
And then animated over the individual cells of the film.
Yes.
To create the animation cells. Which I like that style.
I do as well.
I mean the only other examples of it that I can think of are the 40s Superman cartoons.
Right.
And like some of the early Disney stuff. But it looks cool.
And there's I believe I want to say Ralph Bakshi did a movie called Wizards.
Okay.
In the late 70s, I believe, early 80s maybe. That was mostly rotoscoped.
Okay. Oh, you know what? I think the Lord of the Rings that he did
It's also rotoscoped.
is also rotoscoped. I saw part of that.
I've never seen any of those.
Okay.
I tried watching The Hobbit not too long ago, and no thank you.
Not for everybody.
Looked good.
Yeah.
Looks nice.
Yeah.
It's about all I can say for it.
Yeah, I think the Lord of the Rings was on Cartoon Network one night a couple months ago, and
Yeah.
I was like, oh, I've never seen this, and I put it on for a little bit, and it was fine.
Yeah.
It was kind of dull.
Yeah. Did you ever see A Scanner Darkly?
I did, yes. I forgot all about that movie.
There's another sort of rotoscope type movie.
There, is it Waking Life? Is another, I think, Richard Linklater movie.
Okay.
That is similarly rotoscope animated that way, but it's like, it's almost like squiggle vision.
Okay, all right.
Rotoscoping, which is weird.
Had a little bit of a squiggle vision vibe a couple times in this movie.
A few times, yeah.
But I feel that's more just the emulation of Van Gogh's style.
Yeah.
Coming through, which I don't know if I've ever told you this back in I think it was 7th grade. One of my art classes, we had like one of those, I guess, kind of a mosaic project where you were supposed to recreate something, but using only like torn pieces of like magazines and shit.
Okay.
And genius Eric decided to do a 24 by 36 reproduction of A Starry Night.
Wow.
I don't want to look.
Okay. I think they're all in front of the shelf at least.
Okay, all right, that's good. But yeah, so I did this giant recreation of A Starry Night using only like torn pieces of magazines. I was 2 weeks late on the project because it was so massive and so detailed. And I got a D on it.
Oh my god.
Because it was late.
Because it was late, okay. Yeah. That sucks. But you know, just like Van Gogh, unappreciated in your time.
Exactly.
Yeah. And I'm sure that the teacher recognized the irony of that as well.
I doubt it.
Yeah, probably not.
I think he was only the art teacher just to supplement it because they couldn't just have gym coach.
Sure. That makes sense. Yeah. Amazing.
American public schools, people. It's
Hell
great.
yeah. Best education system in the world.
Exactly.
And now under the watchful leadership of WWE's Linda McMahon.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, Christ.
Confirmed as the Secretary of Education last night. It's fine.
It's all good.
Yeah.
It's all good.
It occurs to me the State of the Union is on right now.
Yes, it is.
I shudder.
I'm honestly surprised you didn't cancel so you could watch it.
Fuck that.
We could finish this episode and be at war with fucking Canada tomorrow.
Who knows?
So,
Who knows?
We'll find out.
The trade war is already well underway.
Well, that is true.
Yes.
Oh, loving Vincent.
Loving Vincent. I didn't know that there would be people in this movie that I recognized.
I recognized 2 people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I recognized 3.
Okay.
Chris O'Dowd.
Yes.
And Saoirse Ronan.
Sure.
Are the 2 that I immediately recognized.
Same.
And then Jerome Flynn, who played the Doctor. I recognized he was on Game of Thrones.
Okay.
He was like Jamie Lannister's pal that he traveled around with.
Gotcha.
But yeah, I don't think I recognized anybody else.
The sort of our main character, I looked him up, just curious.
Yeah.
And he's been in things I've seen, but not recognizably so.
Gotcha. He had a familiar look to him.
Yeah, I mean, just kind of generic, good-looking English guy.
Yeah.
You know?
Kind of same with the innkeeper.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
she looked familiar, but I hadn't seen her in anything, I don't think.
Absolutely not. Yep. I mean, and Chris O'Dowd, I honestly, I recognized his voice before I recognized his likeness.
Yeah.
Also, he's got a giant bushy beard in this.
He does have an impressive beard in this.
And these are all based on real people.
Yes. Which, yeah, that was impressive to me, too. Like, they're all of the characters are based on people that Van Gogh painted.
Right.
Which is really cool.
Right. Yeah, part of the end credits shows, the original paintings alongside with sometimes the actor and sometimes sort of what they look like in the movie.
Yeah.
Which they approximate really, really well.
Yeah.
I just cannot stress enough how impressive this movie is.
It's amazing.
Yeah. And then as for the story, I mean, I was on board.
I was definitely, yeah. I mean, it's not an incredible story,
No.
but it's compelling.
Yeah.
And the way that it's told, it's sort of Rashomon-y.
A little bit. Yeah.
But like, yeah, just the way that everything is told. Seeing similar scenes from different perspectives and getting a fuller picture of what the last days of Van Gogh's life were like.
Yeah.
I thought it was really well done.
Yeah. So sort of there are two timelines of sorts. The modern tale where we follow I don't know the character's name.
Yeah, yellow coat guy.
Yellow coat guy.
The man in the big yellow coat.
Yeah, Rulon Jr., I think.
Yeah, there you go. Okay.
His father, played by Chris O'Dowd, is Joseph Rulon.
Right.
I don't know.
Is it Armand?
Maybe?
Yeah, I believe it's Armand.
So basically the plot is that he is sent by his father to deliver a letter to Van Gogh's brother. It has been a year since Van Gogh died, and this letter apparently just never got delivered.
Yeah.
And for some reason, this kid is put in charge of it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what the Postal Service was like. And I don't know what year it was. 1892?
Earlier than that, 1830 or something.
Oh, was it before then? I don't
think
know.
so. Yeah.
Okay, but yeah, I mean, it sounded like it was returned to sender.
Yeah.
So yeah, like they tried to deliver it, they just couldn't.
Yeah.
And I guess that took a year.
And basically, along the way, he just sort of starts putting together these pieces that maybe Van Gogh didn't die of suicide.
Yeah.
And that perhaps it was murder?
Oh? If the housekeeper at the doctor's house hadn't been so...
Arch?
Yes. Would this have happened?
Probably not.
Yeah, probably not.
She was kind of a shit stirrer.
Holy shit, yes.
That's what you get when you get churchgoers.
That's right. Good Christian woman. Doesn't like people who kill themselves on Sundays?
Yep.
That's disrespectful to the Lord?
Well, of course.
I know he should have rested and done it on Monday.
And he didn't really even kill himself on a Sunday. He just shot himself, and then 2 days later he died.
That's true.
So it was a Tuesday.
That's a good point. You got her there. Oh. Yeah, I liked how he sort of starts off as like didn't care for Van Gogh at all.
Right.
Just had no real respect for him. And then just as he gets into his mission, becomes very invested.
Right.
It was entertaining.
But he had apparently been the subject of a painting at one point. But yeah, so that story is told with a very close approximation of Van Gogh's, what we think of as Van Gogh's style.
Mm-hmm.
The very sort of messy, hatchy, heavy stroke line oil painting.
Yeah.
And then there are flashbacks to a little bit to Van Gogh's early life, and then mostly just sort of the last few weeks of his life. That is all done in a black and white, almost photorealistic style.
Yeah.
Both are amazing.
Yeah.
I prefer the color Van Gogh style more than anything. But
I think the color style is definitely more striking.
Yeah.
But I loved the black and white look.
I mean, there's no knock on it whatsoever. Yeah. It's still impressive as hell.
Yeah.
It's just I prefer more impressionistic than realistic.
Sure.
That's why I've never been a fan of Alex Ross.
That's right. Yeah. No, I actually did think of Alex Ross a few times during the flashbacks. Like, oh, that does look like an Alex Ross painting.
Yeah. I mean, there are some style choices in there too.
Yeah.
So it's not fully just photorealistic, because then at that point, what's the point?
That would be boring.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's also, I think the section that you could easily say, well, that's clearly potentially AI generated.
Yeah.
But it is not, as far as we know.
Yeah. I want to ask you the eyes. The character's eyes.
Yeah.
How did they do that? like the particularly during the present day sequences, like the eyes are so just I don't know how to describe what the eyes are.
I feel like
it's almost like they just didn't paint the eyes and they just used the filmed eyes.
I definitely know what you're trying to put together there, because I absolutely thought that with Saoirse Ronan's character at the most, and I just thought, okay, well, they must have just not painted them, because that is too much detail, too much glimmer, almost.
There is so much life in the eyes, like it is startling to me.
I mean, I would honestly have to guess that they just didn't paint that part. Because that would have to be incredibly difficult to do.
Yeah.
Because I can't. I mean, I don't know how big these cells were that they were painting. Obviously, I'm guessing not. Not small, but still, that is easily the smallest detail.
Yeah.
And they were so lifelike that
I mean Van Gogh's eyes in the few paintings that I can imagine are very expressive.
True.
For sure. But I feel like this is a step beyond that.
Right. I don't know. I just feel like it being animation and how expressive they are, that it just, if they painted him, bravo.
Yeah. Yeah. 100%.
I get it.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I do kind of wish that we'd watched the documentary too.
Sure.
And I definitely want to watch it just to get into everything that went into making this.
Right. It's definitely a movie that makes me want to know the finer details of the process of this thing.
Yeah.
Which I wouldn't say is a negative against the movie at all. That I kept thinking about that while watching it.
Yeah.
But, it's not like it was distracting me to the points that it was just I wasn't thinking about the movie. It just added more to the movie, I think.
Yeah, I mean, you can watch a movie in different ways. You can watch it for the story that's being told and the technique that goes into making it. And definitely, I definitely thought more about the technique while we were watching this than I typically do.
Right.
But yeah, like you said, not a negative thing at all.
No,
just an added level of appreciation. Yeah.
I'm sure this would be a very robust DVD.
Yes.
Which probably doesn't exist.
Probably not. Thanks, Earth.
Yep.
I don't know.
Netflix.
Yeah.
Let's blame Netflix.
Probably, yeah. Oh boy.
Yeah, but so we're mostly just following the journey of this kid, and he's sort of fucking up his own life.
Mm-hmm.
just getting wrapped up in this journey and
Again, kind of a Zodiac quality.
Yeah. And then it turns out John Carroll did it at the end.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he confronts John Carroll Lynch and beautifully painted John Carroll Lynch. His eyes are terrifying. And then McPoyle is able to pick him out of the lineup.
I didn't remember that detail.
Yeah.
I'm surprised I was able to pull John Carroll Lynch.
I'm impressed. Yeah, it's pretty memorable. My favorite, the meme that goes around every now and then a remake a movie with Muppets but one human actor. Mine is Zodiac but with John Carroll Lynch as the only human actor. It would be so unsettling.
Yep. But only in his Drew Carey drag.
Oh, sure. His always tastefully executed, thoughtfully portrayed Drew Carey show character. Oof.
What a world.
That's a thing that happens.
It was. Loving Vincent.
Loving Vincent.
Loved this movie.
I thought it was great.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm really glad we watched this one.
Me too. Just learned some stuff, possibly.
Yeah.
Maybe not. I don't know.
Yeah. If it's all fabrication, well done.
Exactly. But it was a nice look into what Van Gogh's life was probably like, and as a fan of his artwork, it was a nice watch.
Yeah.
Tragic end. But,
very much so.
That's what happens sometimes.
Yeah, it is. It doesn't have to be.
It doesn't have to be.
If you're anyone you know,
yes,
listeners or people in this room, are depressed or having thoughts of harming yourself, I don't know. Let us know. Like and subscribe.
Hit that like button.
Smash that like button. I'm sorry. I didn't know. I don't know the National Suicide Prevention Hotline number.
Either.
Yeah.
Google it.
1-800 don't do it. I don't know. I'm so sorry. Oh, this episode should have a trigger warning for dumb assholes.
This whole podcast should.
That's true.
But we do genuinely.
Yes, no, please
Get help.
Legitimately, yeah. If you're in crisis,
yes,
reach out to someone.
We have been there. I think that is safe to say.
Definitely,
and it sucks. And people out there are willing to help you. So
yeah,
we're too dumb.
Yeah, I mean,
look it up.
I mean, I'll point you in the right direction if you reach out to me.
Sure. But the internet exists. You can find these numbers if you need to.
Definitely. Yeah.
Holy Christ.
On that note, what's making you happy this week, Eric?
Oh, I guess I bought a shit ton of movies.
Yeah?
I recently sold my car and got the bare minimum of what I'd hoped to get for it.
Hey!
Used that extra money once I cleared, bills and important things, and just blew it all on fucking Blu-rays.
Blows and blows.
Blow and hookers.
Blow and women. Sex workers. Respect. What kind of Blu-rays did you get?
Well, you alluded to I bought Zodiac on Blu-ray.
Right.
Right now, this cat is about to just make a giant leap that I am not a fan of.
Don't do that. Don't do that. You can come over here.
Hey, Laszlo. Okay. Anyway. Thank you.
Gonna make for great television.
Yep. I bought Zodiac on Blu-ray. Bought an old movie called Transylvania 65000, which is a real dumb piece of shit movie that I love.
Excellent.
And only spent $45 on 2 different versions of it.
Holy shit. Though I guess when you told me the regular DVD copy was expensive, I should have expected the Blu-ray was also probably expensive.
Yep.
Woof.
Out of print.
You know what? Yeah. If it makes you happy,
yeah, it did. Yeah.
Worth it.
But actually, the one that made me the happiest was the one that I bought for 99 cents.
Yeah?
Which thematically kind of ties into the movie we watched. There's a documentary that came out about 15 years ago called American, the Bill Hicks Story.
Okay.
Documentary about comedian Bill Hicks, who passed away at the age of 32, pancreatic cancer.
Oh, wow.
Just basically right before he was about to hit huge.
Oh, okay.
And so the documentary is interviews with his family and friends and people that came up with him in the comedy scene, and just talking about his life and his, view of comedy, and how he sort of hit a certain point where he realized that he needed to sort of be pure to art, and not just do dumbass comedy for the masses.
Yeah.
Just had a real beautiful message at the end about being true to yourself and doing what makes you happy in the face of utter ignorance and apathy from everyone else in the world.
That's amazing.
Yeah. That's it. That's pretty much what made me happy this week.
That's great.
Yeah. Also, I bought a copy of I Come in Peace.
Okay. You mean I come in peace?
Quote, I quote, come in peace, yes.
Congratulations.
Thank you. What about you, sir?
I listened to my very first audiobook this week.
What'd you listen to?
I listened to... I sort of stumbled into a book club with my partner and a couple of our friends.
All right.
It started because I had read Annihilation.
Okay.
Which I loved. And one of our friends was also reading it, and I was like, "Oh, you got to read it so we can talk about it." And then Katie ended up reading it, and then both our friend and her partner read it. So the 4 of us now are this book club. But the book that we read is by Jacqueline Hartman.
Okay.
It's called I Who Have Never Known Men.
Alrighty.
It is a science fiction book. It came out in the mid-90s and it was released, I believe, in French. And then translated in the late 90s, and has had sort of a resurgence over the past few years. I don't know. It's like dystopian sci-fi centered around female characters and, focused on their relationships and stuff like that has it's striking a chord for some reason.
Huh, weird.
I don't know. But yeah, basically it's about this group of 40 women who...
It's a lot of women.
live in a bunker, like in a cage in a bunker. And it's about what their life is like there, and then they...
Is this Kimmy Schmidt?
Then they escape. It's not Kimmy Schmidt. It's
breakable.
And then they are alive, damn it. And it's a miracle. But yeah, they manage to escape, and it's about what they find when they escape and how they go on from there.
Oh, okay.
And it was real short. The audiobook was like 7 hours. I think the book is only like 170 pages or something.
That's not bad. Yeah.
No, it's not bad at all. It was excellent. I really enjoyed it, and for my first audiobook experience, it was really good.
That's good.
Um,
So I know sometimes the audiobook experience can kind of ruin things occasionally.
yeah. No, I mean this book it was told from a first person perspective.
So she wasn't. I'm assuming the woman read that book.
Yeah.
I'm assuming that she wasn't doing voices.
Not really.
Okay.
No,
Good.
yeah, like
That always bothers me.
Like, there's only a couple other characters who have dialogue, and she sort of, like, modulated the tone a little bit,
Right,
but not, like,
not a ton.
gosh,
Right.
what are we gonna find out here? nothing crazy like that. But yeah, no, it was a really good, really fascinating book, and I really enjoyed listening to it, and it was the fastest I've ever read a book.
Almost 7 hours.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, I think that's what's making me happy this week.
That's awesome. I got into audiobooks when I was with my ex, because she was into them, and I like it for the most part. It allowed me to read some. I mean, it's reading still.
Yeah.
Allowed me to read things that I probably wouldn't have, but there are times where you listen to one and then you hear an author mispronounce a word that is pronounced in an entirely different way. And then they do it repeatedly, and it can piss you off and turn you off on the entire thing.
What book are we talking about?
Nothing that's springing to mind. I think maybe one of the Stephen King books that I read.
Gotcha.
But yeah, I mean, it's kind of a through line through just audiobooks in general. I mean, years ago, I listened to the Marvel book written by Sean Howe.
Oh yeah, Marvel: The Untold Story.
Yeah. I listened to the audiobook of that, and listening to the reader just mispronounce names that I know. Like, for instance, Kurt Busiek.
Yeah.
Busiek.
Oh wow. Okay.
Is how the writer or the reader pronounced it, and I know
Yeah.
how that name is pronounced. 'Cause
Yeah.
I'm a big fucking dork. And he gets mentioned a lot, especially towards the end of the book.
Sure.
And it was really irritating.
That's rough. Yeah.
So I'm glad you got a good one.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Semi-related, I heard that Sean Howe is doing a similar book for DC Comics.
I did read that recently.
So that's exciting.
Yeah. I tried listening to his last book, which was sort of a deep dive into the founder of High Times magazine.
Okay.
And it was interesting, but I just couldn't get into it.
Okay.
I should probably give it another try, but I don't know. Like I said, interesting, but very, very counterculture, and I'm sure a lot of it probably is relevant to today.
Yeah.
But I just lost interest pretty quickly. So.
Yeah. Well, that's because you were listening to it while you were high.
It's possible.
Yeah.
Or I wasn't high.
Your mind wanders.
Maybe. Maybe I need some laser focus of just weed.
There you go.
Or mushrooms.
Or mushrooms, yeah. Whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I know drugs.
Do you have a movie in mind for next week?
I do.
What you got?
In the past week, we lost a guy by the name of Gene Hackman.
Yes, I'm familiar with him.
And it got me to think about some of his movies, and one in particular that it's been kind of on a short list of mine for a while for the show anyway. And I've never seen it.
Okay.
I've heard real good things about it. I would like to watch The Conversation.
Hell yeah.
Have you seen it?
I saw it when I was in college.
Okay.
So it's basically like I have not seen it.
Okay. But yeah, I've always wanted to see it and always wanted to pick it and just kept pushing it off. And his passing just kind of brought it to the forefront of my mind. So I said, now's the time to do it.
Excellent.
Yeah. So
All right. I would love to watch that.
The Conversation.
Yes.
It's allegedly available on Paramount Plus.
For now.
For now.
Who knows?
We'll figure it out.
Yeah. All right. Well,
Alrighty then.
Until next time, keep living your life a quarter mile at a time.
Good night.
Good night.
Thank you for listening to The Viewmasters. You can subscribe to the show directly at our website, view.guttertrash.net, or on iTunes or wherever you get your podcasts. Visit our website at view.guttertrash.net for information about our Twitter and Instagram. Once again, thank you for listening to The Viewmasters. We'll see you next time.